to my 2024 reset video. There is absolutely no reason I am starting out the video like this, other than I just want to spice things up a bit. Which honestly, full disclosure, I really struggle with the months January, February, and March in particular. It's just so sad. First of all, having to take down all of this, all of the beauty of Christmas. But also here in Cincinnati, it's so freaking cold. Like, I will 100% look like this until further notice. But seriously, I really want to lean into embracing a new year, embracing a fresh start. It's a little bit sad right now, but step number one has to be to take down the decorations. In years past, I have waited months to take down my Christmas tree. It's just like not good for the mindset. Like, Christmas is over. Let's get rid of that. That's the goal for today. And then we can reset and look forward to all the great things this next year might possibly, fingers crossed, hopefully, have in store. And now comes time for the fun part. Clearly, it is a new day. I figured yesterday would be all about getting rid of the old. What is it, like out with the old? Today is all about in with the new. It was actually really good timing. My Thrive Market box arrived today, which we will get to in a second. But for now, I really just want to reset this place. I didn't go crazy with buying decor for winter. Like, I don't want it to be as crazy as Christmas, but of course, I still want it to be super cozy. Hopefully still super cute in here. Oh my goodness, guys, I already feel so much better because the only thing worse than taking down Christmas decorations is not taking down the Christmas decorations, where you just let them stay up, you're procrastinating, you don't want the Christmas spirit to end, but like, it's over, it's done, we're good. I feel so much better. So now I want to go into my goals and share them with you. I'm not a huge New Year resolution kind of girl. Like, it's not like January 1st, everything changes. Honestly, it's no longer January 1st. And as I mentioned in my last video, I'm honestly feeling pretty behind when it comes to 2024. I was not expecting it. Like, I woke up on New Year's Day, a little bit hungover, to be honest, with just everyone on my Instagram feed, like, oh my gosh, new year, new me, like, fresh start, I'm at the gym, I'm running 10 miles. That was not my experience. I honestly didn't leave my house on New Year's Day, okay? Not once. That's not good. But yeah, like, I just feel like a little bit behind, but it's okay, guys. Better late than never. And these are just things I'm going to work toward, keep in the back of my mind all throughout the year. And I've divided them into different categories. I wrote it in the notes app in my phone. I guess let's start with personal. This is something I really need to somehow work on. I've known this for the longest time. My nighttime routine, where I don't know what it is. I've said it before. I feel like a lost soul at night, where as soon as the sun sets, it's like right after dinner time, I don't know what to do with my life. Like, it's just the weirdest thing. And what I end up doing is just scrolling. I will just sit on that couch and scroll and scroll and scroll. I will scroll TikTok. I will scroll page6.com. It's like one of my guilty pleasures. I will scroll anything in the most mindless way. And it doesn't make me feel good. By the time 10 o'clock rolls around, I didn't do anything productive. It just does not feel good. So I want to get into more of a nighttime routine. I would love to read more at night. I would like to just really be more intentional with my time. I think that is like the key here, where I'm not just like zoning out and like turning my brain off hours before it's time to turn my brain off, aka when I go to bed. I figured for the next ones, we can actually go into Zach's office. Do you want to hear my resolutions or goals with our relationship? No? All right, so I came up with 3 relationship related goals. Do you want to hear them?
I can't wait.
Your enthusiasm is just like contagious.
They could be bad ideas, so I just don't know.
Okay. Number 1, I would love for us to work out together more. I think we really enjoy that. I think it like brings out the best in us. Yeah. Number 2, I would love for us to each plan a thoughtful date once a month, and we'll take turns. So like January might be me, February might be you. March, like, and so it's really only 6 times a year for both of us each. So it's very doable.
Have you ever planned a thoughtful date?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
And then I want us to resume our Q&A book. We used to be so good at this, and then I don't know what happened. We fell off the bandwagon. So ready, let me go to today. And basically, if you guys have never done this, basically you just fill out a very short question. I will go to today's to see what it is, and you both write down the response. Who inspires you?
I'll have to write it down.
I wrote so many people, a different person every day. Right now I'm reading a book about Meghan Markle, and I'm inspired by her charity work. And Zach wrote, Clancy, mom, dad.
Megan's kind of like falling off the wagon with some people, so it's not a hot topic anymore.
A hot take.
You were like, oh wow, look at me, I'm so trendy, and now everybody hates her.
Yeah, I really write in this secret book to be trendy. All right, Zach, now give your couples goals.
I liked when we wrote on the fridge better than this. When we used to write notes.
Oh yeah, we should start doing that. Anyway, my next goal is to really just be in the kitchen more. Cooking, baking. I have avoided this. I've just never been that type of person, but there are so many resources out there. Like, there's no excuse not to. For example, I just showed you guys before, my Thrive Market box just came in. Something like this is going to help me so freaking much. I actually first used Thrive Market when we were traveling last year, which I absolutely loved it. But it was impossible to keep up with because we were changing addresses every single month. So now that I'm in a house, I am so excited to finally get back on this. If you guys have never tried this, by the way, it is such a cool concept. It is a membership-based online grocery store that, first of all, offers convenience. All of these groceries are delivered straight to your door, and you get free shipping on orders, I believe, $49 and above, so you don't have to worry about any shipping costs. But not only that, you are guaranteed to save money on every single order compared to if you were browsing at your local grocery store. So on this order in the box I'm about to show you, which I'm so excited because I first of all got some favorites that I normally pick up at the grocery store, but also I'm trying some new products as well. Okay, I saved $17 on this order, so I am very excited. Yes! Okay, these have been Zach and I's favorite thing ever. It's the Endangered Species Dark Chocolate Bar. Such a good dark chocolate. What is it? It's 72%. Oh, and a really cool thing, Thrive also has all of the random items you might see at a grocery store. For example, cleaning supplies, pet products, baby products. I personally picked up this foaming hand wash. I also got all-purpose cleaner and fresh lemon. Oh, I know exactly what this is. I've been wanting to try this. Okay, we're gonna set this aside and then try after because I don't want it to explode. I've been wanting to try this poppy, what is it, like a poppy drink. I see everyone drinking these. It's been at the top of my list, and I got it in strawberry lemonade. So I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna do a little taste test. I got some organic salsa. We've got some Bonza. I tried this a couple of months ago and I loved it. It's like this chickpea pasta, and I was shocked by how much I actually liked it. I also got some sweet potato chips. I have not tried these yet, but they looked really good. And I love, like, this one says non-GMO, organic. Like, that's the kind of like the vibe of Thrive. And if you have any kind of allergy or a dietary restriction, or maybe you're just choosing to be gluten-free, keto, whatever it is, they have a filtering system on their website that allows you to shop in that exact way. I also got these pretzels that look good. I haven't tried this brand before. Oh, this I'm so curious about. Unreal dark chocolate coconut bars. Ooh, and then as for my free gift, I have seen so many people talk about these chomps, these beef sticks. I've been wanting to incorporate more protein in my diet. Yeah, 9 grams in one stick. Oh my gosh, that's insane. So this was my free gift, and I will have a link below. It's just thrivemarket.com/ClancyBurke. You will get 30% off your first order and a free gift. I believe the value is up to $60. And as for the memberships, by the way, I am currently doing the annual membership, meaning I believe it comes out to $5 a month, but technically it's free because Thrive guarantees that the membership will pay for itself, and say at the end of the year, you don't save more than the membership was, Thrive will actually pay the difference. But as I said, in this shipment alone, I saved almost $20, which is what, a third of my whole year membership, which is awesome. And by the way, I do want to do a little taste test. Oh, wow. It almost reminds me of like a Jolly Rancher. That's really freaking good. Cheers. I figured we'd come up to my vanity to talk about some of my more vain goals, which number one is a little ironic considering I sit before you with a full face of makeup on, but I want to have more no makeup days. And what I mean by that is I don't want to like give up makeup. I love doing like a full face of makeup. Give me the bronzer, give me the lipstick, a whole bunch of mascara. I love all of it. However, are you guys ever in that situation where someone is like, hey, want to meet up for coffee, want to meet up for lunch, whatever it is? For me personally, I might be having like a no filming day where I'm like not filming and there's no reason for me to be wearing makeup. I don't want to wear makeup. Like that's the key here. Like there's no desire to wear makeup. But I think to myself, oh gosh, okay, like I'm running out. I'm not going to do a full face of makeup, but let me just put on some under eye concealer or maybe like fill in my brows a little bit. Why? Simply because it's almost like, I don't know, like I'm like, I need to look a little more put together, but that shouldn't be the case. Like if I am not planning on wearing makeup, like if I don't want to like look all put together, if I don't want to sit in front of my vanity and like do some things, I want to embrace my natural skin, my natural face more. And that might mean showing up to places where, you know, my skin is uneven. Maybe I like don't look as awake, whatever it might be. My big thing, I don't want to feel obligated to do makeup. Sometimes I want to do a no makeup look. Like I enjoy that. It's fun for me. But it's just being honest with myself. Do I really want to be throwing this mascara or this concealer on? Like the answer a lot of the time is no. Another goal that is like more on the vain side of things, I need to figure out my hair situation because as I speak, the grays are multiplying. I've been hit. I'm wondering, like, you probably can see it at this point. So it's not like if you're standing with me in real life, like you probably can't notice it. Like it's nothing crazy. But if I go like this, like they're not gray, they're silver. I have silver hairs. They first started in college. I believe I was a junior. Like it kind of, or no, I think junior or senior. And that's when I first noticed my first silver hair. So I'm proud of my body for really like not going crazy with it. You would think if I got my first gray hair at 20, by 28, I'd be like full silver. But the thing is, I have never dyed my hair before. So I just feel all kinds of pressure and I don't know which way to go. I don't know if I want to go lighter and do like a balayage moment or go a little bit darker, a little bit deeper. Because my hair is dark, but I do have like natural lighter highlights in it. And I don't know. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions because I'm desperate for someone to just tell me what to do. But I need to figure out this situation because like I really am starting to not, I could see it. I could see where the silvers are and it's starting to just not be great. I figured we'd shift on over to my work setup. I'm currently sitting at my desk for this next one. I want to discover more coffee shops in Cincinnati and I want to work out of them because as much as I love my office, I'm so grateful for this space. It is nice to get out and about and every single time I do, I'm always like, wow, it felt good. Like it felt nice to get out of the house, to change my scenery. I think working remote is such a blessing, but it also can be a curse when you're just like literally cooped up. I really want to also just discover new coffee shops. Like I'm not the biggest coffee snob in the entire, I'm not a coffee snob at all, but I'm not like that into coffee. It's still cool just to like see new, especially small businesses, support local. I also really want to travel somewhere new. You guys saw Zach and I recently went to Los Angeles for the first time. It was our first time in California. There is just nothing like going to a new place and discovering it for the first time because as much as I have places that we've already traveled on my list, like I cannot wait to get back to Florida. Honestly, I can't wait to go back to LA now, but there's just nothing like discovering a place for the first time. So I don't know when, but I really, really, really want to see a new place. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like you don't need to go to, you know, Paris or wherever. It could just be a new city, a new state, just like somewhere new. Moving on to health and fitness, one thing I want to do slowly throughout this year is trade in all of my plastic for glass. When I had a little bit of a health scare this past year, I was doing so much research and I was kicking myself for using so much plastic when there's so much science and so much research that says this is horrible for you on so many different levels. I'm not gonna go into it because I don't even know that much about it, but I do want to start using more glass. It is a slow process because it's a lot of money. I mean, even in this drawer, or not that drawer, In this drawer, it's just all plastic, and it's a big undertaking. I also want to do more meal prepping. I'm exposing myself here with my plastic container from this week's meal prep. I just did some carrots. I want to get more into that because I have been struggling so much when it comes to, I don't know, just like finding foods I like, and then I think to myself like, oh, by the time I make it, I'll just be over it. Like, it's just so much easier when you have a bunch of rice, a bunch of carrots, a bunch of potato wedges, whatever it might be, ready to go. I also want to educate myself more on this whole PCOS journey I have been on. As you guys know, I was diagnosed with PCOS last year. It was pretty surprising and just, I knew nothing about it. Like, I am so unbelievably ignorant. I would like to say I was ignorant. I know a little bit more now, but I don't want to get crazy with it. I don't want to get obsessive. I know there are all these diets people recommend. I want to be mindful, of course. I do want to be more knowledgeable because knowledge is power, and that is certainly something I'm going to be working on this year, just getting my hormones in check and doing everything I can to get back to a healthy state. Truly, nothing is more important than our health. Which leads me to workouts. Diet is obviously so important, but so is physical fitness and just getting in activity. As you guys know, my primary workout is Burn Boot Camp. I would love to make it there 5 times a week, but I also love just coming down to the basement. Another huge goal of mine is going to be to stretch more, so maybe this can be more of like a rehabilitation center for me of sorts. I am so bad at stretching, and you have to stretch. There's no getting around it. And I also don't want to be scared of the great outdoors. Living in Cincinnati during January, February, March, and some of April, most of April, honestly, it's not the best time to be outside, at least if you are like me and you find anything over 50 cold. But I don't want to just stay inside these next few months. Like, I want to bundle up. I want to wear layers. I want to give it a try. I went for a run yesterday in 30 degrees. It didn't feel too great, I'm not going to lie, but I felt great after. So I want to suck it up, and I don't want to hibernate this year, as I definitely have in years past. Like, I want to get outside because there's just something about being outside. Like, I'm not necessarily this huge nature girl. Like, I'm not a camper, like nothing like that. But I think we can all agree, like, I don't know, there's just something about like getting out and about. And one great activity, regardless of the season, is pickleball. You guys know I am obsessed, and Zach and I have actually been playing as long as it's like 40 and sunny. I do start out with my winter coat on, but eventually, like, you get hot, you get sweaty. Like, it's not as cold as I sometimes think. So I want to continue playing pickleball this winter. I don't want it to deter me, and we don't have a gym or anything that has a pickleball court, so we do have to play outside. But the bonus of that is it's free. Next up, as for some home goals, I have a lot. Our biggest struggling point is definitely the bedroom. I mean, we have just this entire blank space, which I eventually want to make a reading nook. I just haven't really pulled the trigger on anything. I've been thinking, like, do I need an interior designer? I don't know. But we also just have a whole lot of blank walls. Blank walls here, over here, there. You get the idea. So I definitely want to fill up a lot of these walls. I also really want to host more, have more people over. Obviously, we have this amazing space. We are so grateful for it. And I feel like sometimes I just don't take advantage of it enough. Like, it's so fun to have people here. Even on New Year's Eve, I think it was 5 people sleep over that night. And obviously, we don't have 5 beds. I mean, there were couples, but some people slept on the couches and that was fine. Like, these are some comfy couches. So I definitely do want to have more people over. And then a huge one, I want to make sure this house is deep cleaned once a month. That's really not that much, honestly. I mean, obviously I want to clean more than that. Pick up, wipe down the counters, like, all that happens more often. But for a deep cleaning, 12 times a year, that's not that crazy. And honestly, I am not opposed to hiring a cleaner eventually. It's just one area where I think it would be worth the expense. Not where they come, like, I don't need someone to come every week, but almost like a once a month, once every month type situation where they can just really get in there in those areas that maybe sometimes I avoid. I figured we could come back up to my office for my work/money goals. Number 1, save. Because this past year, I have spent more money. I mean, I've spent more money than I ever have in my life. I not only had a wedding, but I bought a house. I say I, by the way, we. Obviously, it's Zach and me. It's just he's not here, so it feels weird to be like always referring to him. But yeah, like with our wedding, our house, furnishing the house, it was a very expensive year. So I not only want to save just for, you know, the goal of saving, but also I'm kind of tired of buying things. It just gets like old after a while. Like over consumerism, it makes your like head want to explode. Like it's fun, obviously, but there's something about it that just, you know, has like a toxic feeling to it. I cannot explain it. Does anyone else feel me on this one who maybe had a little bit more of an expensive year? It just doesn't feel good after a while. So anyway, all that to say, I do really want to focus on saving again this year. Nothing crazy. It's not like I'm not allowed to buy things. That's not the case at all. But I definitely do want to make that a priority once again a little bit more. As for how much I want to make, I don't have a goal in mind. I never have a goal in mind. I don't know. It's like I just like to work hard and I want to make enough. But one thing I have learned and I have realized, like obviously you want to make a lot of money, right? After a certain point, you just need to make enough. More is always better. Like I'm always going to want to make more money, but you really just need to make enough. Like you don't need to be this crazy millionaire. You don't need to drive the fanciest cars or have a private jet or anything like that. Like that's not what I personally want out of life. And honestly, that might be some people's goals and there's nothing wrong with that. Like if that's what you want and you're capable of making that, more power to you. I just have realized like with my cute little like Midwest life, it's obviously a lot less expensive here. I just want to make enough. And honestly, above all else, I just want to be happy getting there. For my money goal, that's not true. Like I definitely have a minimum amount that's always in my head. Like even this year, like I never would have wanted to see less than that. But I'm definitely not like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to hit this. Like I don't think I've ever been like that, honestly, any year of my career. I also want to create content that has value. Obviously, like with YouTube and with vlogs, there's just so much day-to-day nonsense, you know, going shopping, showing hauls, like, you know, silly stuff, stupid stuff. I really do, and I always have wanted my content to have some kind of value. Like I want to hopefully motivate people or inspire someone or just make someone feel less alone, make someone feel entertained, forget, like, I don't know, like that always has been my driving factor and my driving force. And those are the comments that like really keep me motivated, like you guys motivate me to keep going. So I try to incorporate that into vlogs, but I also want to be like more intentional with that this year and just thinking, how can I impact others in a positive way? I'm not saying I'm over here like, you know, changing the world. That's not the case at all. But I do want to make an impact, however small, in any way I can. This next one, honestly, probably should have gone into the personal category, but I want to volunteer more. I started doing Big Brothers Big Sisters this past year, which I have loved. It's a mentorship program, by the way, if you have never heard of it. And I actually would like to start doing something else as well. Something that's less of a commitment, because Big Brothers Big Sisters is a huge commitment. Like you have to do, you know, like a couple hours a week. That's kind of a lot. So I want to do something that's maybe like more of a one-off type thing. Like you can kind of come and go as you please, like a food bank, something like that. I also want to get more into a normal schedule. It's very easy for me with my job to just be all over the place with my hours, where I am not starting work until 10 a.m., but I am working until, it's not that I'm working until this time. It's not like I'm out here like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. But I am doing huge pauses throughout the day where I am not working, and then I'm working at 8 p.m. or something like that. Like I think it would be really beneficial for me to be in more of an 8 to 5 schedule. That's not always possible. And listen, one of the great parts about my job that I am not going to deny and that I'm not going to deny myself of is the flexibility. It's great to be able to run to the store in the middle of the day and not have to wait until Saturday when it's so busy. It's great to like have all that flexibility. So I want that. But when possible, it would be good to be on more of a schedule. Whew, and those are my goals for 2024. I really want to work toward them. And that's not to say that I won't add on new goals as the year progresses. Like I'm sure I will, but going into this new year, like these are the things that have really come to the top of my mind of what I either want to improve or something I just want to start fresh on. So I would love to hear what goals you guys have. I think it's just so inspirational to hear what other people want to work on and what other people are working on. And then it gives me ideas. It can give other people ideas in the comments below. I would love to hear it. So please leave a comment below. And then I will have below that link for Thrive Market in the description box, especially if you're someone who's wanting to either save money this new year, eat healthier. Thrive Market is such a good tool, and that discount they're giving you, by the way, 30% off, and then you get a gift worth up to $60. That is such a good deal. So I'll have all of that information below, and I look forward to hearing your guys' goals for 2024.